So I've had my channel for a while, over 4 years. There's a lot of the newer viewers that haven't seen a lot of my older videos. So this is one of my more popular videos. And because there's a part two to it, I decided to go ahead and just bring it all together, do part one, part two. I've already reacted to it. So you're going to see me in the past. And here we go. It's a video called "The Netherlands is the Worst Country in Europe." And here's why. Reasons you should not move to the
Hello,
Netherlands.
fellow travelers. Today, I'm going to tell you about a country that I didn't like. Officially, it is named the Netherlands, but my experience was specifically in the Holland region in the city of Amsterdam. The country of Holland is full of attractive people. Many people would like to move there to find love, because the Dutch are very good-looking people. People claim that there are jobs there, and that it's a very special country.
Well, I guess you guys are good-looking people, so congrats on that, right? That's always good.
I found out about this country online. When I arrived in this country with my son, the very first day was snowy. I stayed at Schiphol Airport for the first night because we landed late and security personnel mistreated us and were racist towards us.
Okay, so she's just complaining. It was snowy when she landed, so right off the bat, you have poor planning on her part. She didn't check into what the weather was going to be on the day that she arrived to properly plan her trip, or maybe perhaps get a flight in on another day. Claiming that she's being victim of racism. I don't know what it's about. She hasn't explained it yet, but we're going to find out.
Most people spoke Dutch, which is a very hard language to learn.
Well, it's the Netherlands. It's their language. So again, you're just complaining. You go to another country and then you complain that they're speaking Dutch. Well, lady, you're not in America. You're not in France. Why would they not speak Dutch? That's what they do there. It's the Netherlands. I mean, so I don't know what language she was expecting, but again, poor research on her part.
Some people also spoke English as a secondary language, but it was broken English, therefore it was very hard to communicate with them.
Well, again, as she just pointed out herself, a second language, so you can't complain. I mean, come on. Very
I
hard.
struggled, as the airport was the first encounter I ever had with the Dutch. The next day, I went to my hotel.
I mean, the airport is usually the first place you would ever encounter anybody if you flew in somewhere. It's funny. This is gonna be fun picking this apart.
Which, by the way, was very expensive. I did not find any cheap hotels to stay at within the city of Amsterdam.
Well, any city within the city is gonna have expensive stuff. That's just how it goes. Maybe you should have got a hotel in a smaller town nearby, and then just kind of like went into the city every day to do your travels, and then go back at night. So
I spent too much money. After staying 2 months in Amsterdam, I suffered so much. I wanted to leave, and I ended up completely broke. It was freezing there. There was too much snow and many bicycles everywhere.
Well, you should have went somewhere warmer, lady. I mean, come on, that's on you. I mean, this is crazy.
Because the Dutch culture involves riding a bike everywhere, since the country is little. The Netherlands being a car-free country, there are not many cars around.
It's not car-free at all. It's just car limited.
As I said earlier, the Dutch are very attractive people physically, but they are very cold, and they will not socialize with you.
I mean, if you're being rude and complaining like you are right there and just blah, 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 victim, well, I wouldn't want to talk to you either, lady. I mean, come on.
They will never talk to you out of the blue. Instead, they just show you a fake smile. The fact that they constantly said, "Hello, hello," annoyed me so much, and I didn't like it at all. That's how they communicate, so you move out of their way.
Okay.
Because they are commuting through the city using bicycles. There are also railways for cable cars on the streets, with the buses and cars and bikes. All of them using the same roads. I found it quite unorganized. It is a very small city, beautiful and old-fashioned, but it is full of canals and rivers, which I didn't like. I
Oh, wow. It's full of canals and rivers, which I didn't like. Okay, well, again, research. I mean, it's full of canals. That's what's there. So that's like going to the forest and complaining. There's just too many trees around here, guys. I just don't like these trees.
suffered so much. I
She
became
suffered.
depressed since I spent so much money.
Wow.
I never even found a job to sustain myself, and I've been ripped off by 2 Dutch employment agencies. Because they demand you meet so many requirements to work, and it's a very closed country, you can't work or have access to basic services as a foreigner. If you are an American, I guess the same principles applies to any non-European foreigner. You have 0 possibilities of working in the Netherlands.
0. Well, that's kind of funny because I've actually seen tons of videos, Americans living in the Netherlands talking about their jobs, their daily activities that they're doing over there. Comments from people that say, "Hey, I'm American living in the Netherlands," and stuff like that, on other videos that I've done. So, again, maybe this lady just doesn't understand what is actually going on.
I lived in Amsterdam, and after doing so for a time, there is nothing left for us. Let's also not forget that the Dutch are stingy and greedy. In most cases, they will
Okay.
not give you a handout if you're in need. Some people point out the greatness of the welfare that citizens of the European Union can benefit from.
So so it sounds like she's just over there begging people for money or something. Like she's broke. She doesn't know how to spend her money. She doesn't know how to travel in general. She did no planning. She went to a place full of canals in the middle of winter and then complained that there's too much water and it's cold. Did no preparation and as far as trying to figure out a cheap place to stay, which I'm sure there's plenty outside the city limits. She could have easily done that. So she decides to go to an expensive place in Amsterdam and then complain again. So it sounds like she's just over there begging for money, looking for handouts, wondering why people's not just like giving her their hard-earned money and then complaining about it. So I don't know, guys. I don't know. This is funny.
But that was not so great.
What wasn't great? Hold on. What? I missed something here.
Need. Some people point out the greatness of the welfare that citizens of the European Union can benefit from, but that was not so great, because I've met many people from Europe who still had nothing while there, as they spent all their money in that country, and especially in the city of Amsterdam. They read on the internet that
Well,
it is supposed to be the best country, and that there are plenty of opportunities.
Again, no matter where you go, there's always going to be idiots that don't spend their money wisely and are broke. I mean, and they don't make the wisest decisions. So, I mean, that's wherever you go, not just Amsterdam or Netherlands specific.
But it's not true. Forget about going there if you don't have any money, because if you're unlucky and
Why would you go anywhere if you don't have any money? I mean, is she serious? Is this supposed to be a joke show? Because I mean, she is coming off pretty serious. So don't go there if you don't have any money. Okay, well, why would anybody go anywhere to another country without? I'm not going to another town if I don't have any money. Like I'm not. Wow.
true. Forget about going there if you don't have any money, because if you're unlucky
Duh.
and end up homeless, you can't even exist there. The police will arrest you and fine you
Okay.
if they see you sleeping on the streets.
Okay, good. You just move to a country, broke, sleep on the street. Okay, what are they supposed to just like let you do it? No, go somewhere else with that shit. Come on.
I met a girl from Germany, and she had a tough life in the Netherlands. She had trouble saving up money working at bars and hotels. Even with 2 jobs, she was not able to save enough money to survive. It is very hard because the system is made to benefit older people. Older people's wages are way higher than young people's. It's a system where the older you get, the more you get paid. The most important thing you need to know before moving to the Netherlands is to bring a lot of money with you, because you are going to spend a lot on hotels and going out. This
Anywhere you go on vacation or travel, you're going to spend a lot of money, especially when you go to a touristy city. You're going to Amsterdam. That's like the capital
of like tourism there. So, you know, go somewhere smaller, less touristy, and you're gonna have more reasonable prices. That's anywhere. In my town, it doesn't cost a lot of money for stuff. If I go to Chicago, you're paying way, way, way more money for anything. It's just because it's the way it is. You just got to know what you're doing or where you're going and what your budget allows for. That's her fault.
This is especially true in Amsterdam, which is a very small city. You could literally walk across the city in 1.5 hours. Also, consider in winter it is very cold.
You know, just like me, I would love to go to Europe. I do not have the money to go to Europe. I completely understand that it's not the decision to make to just up and go there. You know, this lady, she's like, oh, I'll just go to this other country with no money and this and that. No, that's not how I know better. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to stay here in America where I'm not going to get off in some other country with no money and be homeless. I mean, that's just, you know, my side being smart. She's not very smart.
Very windy, very snowy, and in Amsterdam, there are not many places to sit. There aren't big shopping centers to go shopping. The only places to go are McDonald's and Burger King, which are places most people gather and drink.
Then go get a burger and shut up, lady.
In reality, this country isn't that great. There are too many drugs. On the weekends, teenagers get high, get drunk,
Oh
and there's
my.
also a lot of legal and illegal prostitution.
Well, I'm pretty sure the drug issues in any country you go to. But again, do your research. Figure out what the economy's like, what the people's like, what the weather's like before you go somewhere.
To be honest, I didn't find it was the best country in the world, as the internet claims.
Well, there we have it. This lady is absolutely insane. We got to check out some of these comments, guys. We got to see what this is all about. As a Dutch person, you got me laughing out loud for 6 minutes straight about how ridiculous this video is, Karen. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, this guy's furious. Yeah, disappointed. Yeah, and this person's laughing. Yeah, that's awesome. So this lady's crazy. Anyways, I had to do the reaction on that. And again, don't listen to her. She's just complaining. I mean, 5 seconds into the video, she's complaining because of something ridiculous. I don't even know what it was. So
Okay, so that was part one. Part two, right now.
She's back. Josefa Vlogs is back with another video about the Netherlands. Remember the reaction I did? The Netherlands is the worst country in Europe? Yeah, she made a part two. We're going to check out some comments. Okay, the Ashdijk, one of the worst things in the country, not even explaining why. Also, pronunciation of the Dutch names are just hilarious. She's mad of all the comments in her prior video, of course. When you're mentally disabled and try to blog. She's mad as fuck after being roasted by YouTube. We're going to check it out. We're going to see what she has to say about this on a part two of the Netherlands is the worst country in Europe. Here's why.
Hello, fellow travelers.
What we are fighting is institutional racism.
Hello guys. I lived in the Netherlands for a few months and I was shocked at how a developed country not only violates human rights, but also promotes itself as being a European utopia. Today, I'm going to tell you a few facts about the Netherlands so you will not waste your money and your mental sanity in this country. Why is the Netherlands so bad?
So, it says as told by one of my subscribers. So one of her people made this video and sent it to her to put on her channel. Is that what it is? Is that what really is going on here?
Number 1, police brutality. When you talk about police brutality, most people think of the USA, especially with the death of George Floyd and many other African Americans. But in the Netherlands, police brutality is alive and it's a well-kept secret within the Dutch society.
What we are fighting is institutional racism, approved by the government, approved by the police, approved by professionals, approved by schools. Everywhere, this is so much embedded in the whole society that it makes it very difficult to bring changes to it.
I will say one thing. I'm pretty sure police brutality is a thing everywhere. It doesn't matter where you go, that's a thing.
Everyone is using their power to suppress us.
Extending from Dutch police officers sexually abusing underage, undocumented immigrants to mentally ill homeless people being beaten on the streets for loitering. Such reckless and lawless attitudes, in combination with common and politically sanctioned practices of ethnic profiling, seems to have led to the death of the unarmed Mitch Henriquez, who was thrown to the floor before being strangled to death.
I can't comment on this because I don't know the situation. Maybe he was resisting, maybe not. I don't know. Without having the context behind it, it's hard to say. I know what it looks like, but without seeing the whole picture or the whole, hearing the whole story, it's really hard to make a clear decision on who's in the right and who's in the wrong in this situation. He could have been a bad guy trying to fight all the cops. Who knows?
There has been little response from the ruling political parties to the tragedy. Instead, the mayor of the city stated repeatedly that racism exists neither among local nor national police. Politicians on the national level were instead quick to focus their attention on the riots and protests that followed after the death of Henriquez. A national news website counted a daily average of 35 reported instances of police violence. Information on police brutality is widely said to be opaque, which suggests that the actual number of such cases could be much higher. Other sources show that information requests are often denied, while investigations are no longer independently conducted. A Vice commentary notes that only 0.7% of the annual 15,000 reported cases of police violence get transferred for official investigation. Empirical research conducted by the National Ombudsman shows that official investigations into police violence are often ignored as a result of a lack of institutional self-reflection. The first reaction of police leadership to situations of police violence is often one that attempts to protect the officers involved.
I mean, they're always going to protect the officers involved, but, really, like I said, without context and then also knowing the channel that it's on, and it's one of Josefa's subscribers that sent the video in to her, I'm going to assume it's very one-sided. But that, again, without having context, all a person's left with his assumptions. But, there's going to be violence everywhere. I mean, you're not going to stop that. So basically, there could be a few isolated events that just get spotlighted in a video like this and makes it look way worse. Who knows?
The same report notes that there is often a feeling of ambiguity among the police over the legitimacy of the police violence. When the researcher confronted an officer by saying that the police should not hit people in their faces, the officer responded, "But when confronted with football violence, I'll hit them anywhere I can." Number 2, the education system. In the Netherlands, everyone goes from primary school to secondary school at the age of 12 and 13, while many studies say that children often show their best sides after about 15 years old. So many children go on to a much too low school here, while they are much smarter. Number 3, the Dutch Armed Forces. For a long time, the Dutch government has cut back a lot on the defense budget. They have sold all of their tanks to Germany and Finland. And now they borrow those same tanks from Germany and they have a tank battalion with them. They don't even own their own tanks anymore. For a time, they even ran out of bullets. Fortunately, this problem has been solved. But
What do they need them for? I mean, Do we really all need tanks full of bullets? I mean, come on.
Still a black page in the history of the country. Number 4, housing shortage.
I've heard
In the
this.
Netherlands, there is a shortage of new homes. The house prices there are extremely high, and not only in Amsterdam, but everywhere.
It's like that here too. Especially after this whole COVID thing, because see what it is. The government put a stop on people getting evicted because of non-payment of rent during COVID. So for like 2 years, a lot of people that, not a lot, but I mean a lot, I guess, but not everybody. But the people that would take, the kind of people that take advantage, they didn't pay rent for 2 years. Well, then they lifted the ban where you could get evicted because of non-payment. Well, thing is, they didn't say you didn't have to pay the money still. Now you get all these people that got evicted, now they owe all this money out. So the prices of the housing went up because of supply and demand. Rent prices, I'd say went up at least 50%, at least, in the last 3 years, 4 years for sure.
A home is almost unaffordable, and it is impossible to buy a house without taking out a cash loan from a Dutch bank. Even rental properties are unaffordable. The only chance you might have is to end up in a depressing old flat.
Or homeless.
Number 5.
I was about homeless here recently. Trust me. I know all about that.
Aging. Especially in the small villages, you can see a lot of elderly people, but not many younger people around, which makes all these places very boring. Number 6.
It's because the younger people don't want to be in a village with nothing to do. They want to go to the city. They want to go to Amsterdam, Rotterdam, Utrecht,
Colors. Many people often dress in very colorless attire there. You see very little happy, cheerful, wild colors there.
It's in black and white.
Especially in winter, people dress very depressingly.
Everybody's depressed in winter. This is a black and white. Everybody could have the brightest colors on right now, and you wouldn't know because the video is being shot in black and white right now. Like, come on.
The furnishings of many houses are also colorless. Many people mainly use only white in their houses.
Boring and colorless. Have they seen Rotterdam? I mean, have they seen all these buildings by the canals that are super, super colorful? Come on now.
Number 7. The weather.
Well, the weather
In the
sucks
Netherlands,
everywhere.
There's not much sunlight, especially in the winter. Some people also get winter depression due to a vitamin D deficiency. Many days the wind blows very hard and it is too cold to even go to your local park.
It's like that everywhere. We have bad weather here in the winter too.
Also, it is often very cloudy there. In the summers, it is not hot but more humid. Many houses there do not have air conditioners. Number 8. The dike.
This is very obviously from an American person's perspective. Many houses across the whole of Europe and Britain don't have air conditioning. It's just how it goes. I don't know why it goes that way, but that's just how it goes. And the dike. Yeah, this is that comment about the absolute dike. They were talking about this part of the video, I'm assuming.
The Netherlands is under sea level. There have been many floods in the past. As a result, they also have a dike called the Afsluitdijk, which was built on
It's the well, I'm probably not pronouncing it much better, but it's the Afsluitdijk. Afsluitdijk. Not whatever he said. I'm going to have to listen to it again. That was funny.
The Netherlands is under sea level. There have been many floods in the past. As a result, they also have a dike called the Afsluitdijk, which was built on September 25th, 1933, and connects the provinces of North Holland and Friesland.
Wow.
Number 9. Natural areas. The Netherlands has very little interesting nature. They do have some nature reserves, but these are very small. They also have a...
Not gonna lie, Natural nature kind of sucks, guys, because I got a lot of natural nature over here, and it wants to hurt me. There's snakes that come out of the weeds, tons of mosquitoes that want to bite me. There's wild animals out here that get into everything. Maybe it's nice to be built up into a city instead of, out in nature sometimes.
National Nature Park name Oostervaar de Plassen. Many animals die there from a shortage of food.
I'm sure he
Even
pronounced it
so,
wrong.
feeding animals there is prohibited. In normal nature, animals would move away when winter comes. But this nature area is cordoned off with fences, so there is no natural process. The landscape there is also flat, which is very boring. Only Limburg, a southern province of the Netherlands, has more of a hilly area. Number 10. Stores. Many shops in the Netherlands close very early. Shops that are open 24 hours are very rare there. Number 11. Firework laws. Many fireworks that are legal in most European Union countries and the USA are prohibited in the Netherlands. For example, fireworks, rockets, and blast fireworks are prohibited. The Dutch government has made these illegal because many people have used them as weapons against the police. They seem to have forgotten that there are enough people who would use them properly and enjoy them.
I mean, you have that everywhere, though. You have a few bad seeds that ruin it for all, you know. But in all fairness, they probably make good weapons, you know. I mean, but I mean, you're not gonna get that hurt from it. It could cause a fire, though. I could see them being dangerous.
Number 12. Freedom of speech. In the Netherlands, it is forbidden to insult the Dutch royal family. You are also not allowed to insult police officers. They can arrest you and even fine you if you do. Nowhere in the law does it say what insulting words are. So, this stupid law works differently for each police officer purely by feeling. These laws take away people's freedoms because you can't give an opinion about everything. Number 13.
I don't know.
The people. The Dutch people are very...
Why show Pete's a picture of Zwart Pete?
because you can't give an opinion about everything. Number 13.
Hold on here.
People.
That's Zwart Pete, Black Pete, or whatever. That's a Christmas thing.
The Dutch people are very cold, closed, and not very open-minded. The Dutch do not want to share their friends also. For example, when you bring another friend with you to a birthday party in the Netherlands, people might raise an eyebrow. Those who have organized the person's birthday often even get angrier because they didn't expect to see that person.
Okay.
The saying, the more souls, the more joy, is not known in the Netherlands. The Netherlands is also known among expats as one of the most difficult countries in which to make friends. Many expats have a hard time making friends there because people there are often in tight crews and not very welcoming to new people. In countries such as Spain, Portugal, Italy, and many Latin American countries, the people there are much more hospitable, friendly, and nicer than in the Netherlands and most Scandinavian countries.
Good. I don't want to be talking to a bunch of random people. I have anxiety. So I'll make friends at my own pace, and that works.
Even in the USA, the people there are more friendly than in the Netherlands.
Plus, everybody I've talked to from the Netherlands, shout out to you guys, by the way, super, super cool, super friendly. So I don't even know what this guy's talking about.
In my opinion, this country is not worth your money. You can have much more fun in Spain for a third of the budget.
Of course, yeah, Josefa vlogs. The ladies from Spain, of course they're going to be promoting Spain. Oh, what's this say? I agree with her. Unfortunately, born and raised here, what she dealt with, many people do. Funny how in her feelings, she got everyone in their feelings. She means she definitely struck a chord. Good for her. Okay, they're shouting her out for all the views. there's a ton of people reacting to it. So was all those views because of her? Or was it because she was getting promoted, right? One of her fans gave her that video to post on her channel, evidently. So that's that, guys. Let me know down below what you guys think of that.
All right, guys, I hope you liked that. Part 1, part 2 of those reactions together. Like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Have a super fun, awesome day. Take care. Bye.